Louder. Oh my god. Woo. Jeez, it knocks your socks off, doesn't it? All right, well, hello, PAX Australia. How you going? All right, well, welcome to Chaosium presents. Chaosium demands Call of Cthulhu live. Yeah, that's excellent. All right, so it's my honor to be introducing the rest of the cast now, and we're going to begin with Jackson Heenan. Fantastic. Up next is Alex Catton. We have James Coquilat. And Art Hunter. And last but certainly not least, we have our special guest for PAX this year, Meer. All right, now before we begin and before I sit down in something fairly precarious looking, we have a giveaway to do, and I am strapped, mic'd accordingly. So I have 3 of our Call of Cthulhu starter sets here, everything you need to begin investigative horror role-playing. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask a question. They're pretty easy, and you're going to just shout it out, and whoever's close enough to validate it will validate it. We'll give out some stuff, and we'll get on with the scenario. So, my first question, in what state is... Thank you, that's one. I'm very tempted to give out 2 of the boxes now and just cut this short. Thank you, Rachel. All right, next one. What avian exists at the Mountains of Madness? There we go, thank you. All right, I really want to see if someone can get this one early, so I'm going to say it slowly. Where does does Cthulhu... Yeah, thank you. All right, fantastic. All right, last one. Thanks so much. Okay, give me a hot moment to get some bits and pieces. Ooh, name drop. That was cool.
Do you want to be like on the table, man?
This is where I'm sitting. This is great. It's like I'm a little guy. I'm going to compensate for this. You guys are screwed. All right. So I also just want to say that today we are going to be playing Bits and Pieces by C.L. Werner, and this is from the upcoming collection of scenarios, No Time to Scream. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out there. I think also it's one of the ones we're running at the demos, so I don't know, spoilers for some of you who've already played it, maybe you'll get a chance to see how we do it. Okay, now, without any further ado, let's begin. We are in Arkham, Massachusetts, and it is night. The Miskatonic University campus is far from silent, but one building should be still. The morgue. It is not. The lock has been broken. The door is barred from within. A man stands above a steel table. A naked corpse is beneath his trembling hands. 5 violent cuts have been made, severing the head and each limb from the thawing torso. The last syringe drops, breaking at his feet, and sprays microscopic droplets of vile green ichor. The work is done. Now the doctor need only wait. Something moves. A twitch? A breath? He lowers his head and turns his ear to listen at its ice-blue lips. One lonely scream echoes against cold steel. Elsewhere and earlier, a phone call has been made. I would like to introduce our first character now, or I'd rather have Jackson do it. Yeah. Can you please introduce who you're playing and tell us where we find you?
Absolutely. You will find Nicky Knives of Callahan, any place where there's trouble or soon-to-be trouble, because he's an up-and-comer in all the criminal gangs of Arkham. Any day now, his number's going to come up and just hangs around all of those shadowy places where he knows that the higher-ups in the gang are like building their teams. One of these days, they're going to look up and go, oh yeah, we need the knife guy. We need a knife guy. Nicky's just in the right place at the right time.
Guns are overrated.
And if that doesn't work in that dark corner, that's all right. He knows 12 others.
Fantastic. So this is Nikki Knives O'Callaghan. And the next investigator I'd like to meet is Alex's.
Well, Miss Tabitha Fields, formerly Agent Tabitha Field, of the Great War. Of course, I was a spy, not really in combat myself. I did get a little bit close to the front lines at the end there, had to emigrate to America, and I'm sure all of that will be declassified eventually. And now I'm here.
Our second investigator. Each of you have separately received a phone call during this night, and I'll ask Mark to do the reading.
I am sorry for the late call, but I'm afraid I must insist you meet me at St. Mary's Hospital morgue no later than midnight tonight. You will be well compensated in ways we have only dreamed. I am of a mind to do something wondrous tonight.
The phone clicks, and our investigators hear the call to action. Elsewhere again, but more recently, an interview is underway. We return to the Miskatonic University campus where, although night has fallen, some are still working. First, James, I'll ask you to introduce your investigator and also tell us how you arrive.
Absolutely. I am Teddy Willard, and I'm a detective. I'm good at it. I'm here because I'm hired to find out a little about, well, I don't want to say medical mispractice necessarily. It's all still kind of up in the air, but by the end of this, I'm going to know for sure and hopefully be able to land a job that's a little less, well, grisly.
The subject of their interview is our last introduced investigator, Art.
I'm going to apologize in advance for the accent that's about to come out of my face. My name is Dr. Alistair McLaughlin. And this accent's going to go everywhere, so bear with me while we find it on and off. Doctor of Medicine, quite good, at the Miskatonic University. In my study / rooms, which are well appointed, just your kind of typical wood-lined, like leather-chaired, book-filled office.
Fantastic. The subject of the interview, what you're talking about, is one Dr. Lawrence Warwick, who, although he has not yet been introduced, has caused much debate on campus recently. Detective, you're conducting this interview. I'll ask how it's going.
Yeah, I'll take it from here. Thanks. So on the subject of Dr. Warwick, would you describe the good doctor as a competent physician?
He's, Dr. Warwick is competent.
Okay.
Sure, I'd use that word.
And in your professional opinion, you know, you reached the pinnacle of the profession, so to speak.
Yes. Somewhat earlier than expected, some might say.
On that note, and as the doctor turns to gather tea and biscuits for the interview to unfold, the scream is heard, and the two of you stand, turn, and race towards the morgue. The first to arrive, though, are two others that were already on the scene, Tabitha and Nikki. When you arrive, you go down the stairs inside the hospital, lower and lower, past any of the rooms that are still occupied until you are deep in the sub-basements. You find the door has already been broken open. It appears as though someone has broken the lock and pried it, but something has barred it from within. This is where you're supposed to be meeting. What would you like to do?
So Nikki, that's short for Nicholas, is it?
No, it's short for Nikki Knives.
I don't know if I can call you that.
Oh, yeah, you're not the first to say that.
You're a grown man. This is where he was going to meet us, yes? Did you get the same?
Yeah. Right in the morgue there. I can probably jimmy the lock, I think. I got plenty of locks, but you said the lock was broken?
The lock has been broken.
It's clearly been kicked in or something, but there's something behind the door.
I've seen every kind of lock, every kind of bar.
I'm just going to kick the door. I'm just going to boot it.
Okay,
Just
so
going to put my boot to it.
as Nicky crouches down and begins to rifle through his tools, Tabitha rears back and slams her boot into the door. Can you go ahead and give me a strength roll, please?
2.
Hey, all right.
I did forget what game we were playing for a second. I was like, oh no, that's really low. And I was like, oh no, that's actually good.
No, you're right. That was the wrong one. New dice. It's all right. I'll do it again.
This is why Nicky doesn't get jobs.
Snitches get stitches.
15.
Hey, that's still pretty good.
Still very good.
Is that an extreme success for you? Hard success? What are we looking at?
That'll be a hard success for
I
me.
tell you what, that's more than enough to boot down the door. The heel of your shoe finds the lock, splinters it open, and whatever was inside, some piece of like a chair or something that was wedging up it, splinters away and scatters into the room. You both step inside.
After you, Nicholas.
Yeah, I'll make sure the coast is clear. Yeah, that's why they call me Nicky Nine Lives. I'm always the first on the scene.
The first room is dark. No lights are on within. You can see there's a number of tables laid out, and a couple of them have like something that's been put under sheets. One of you has been here before. Nicky, it was you, right? Yeah. You've actually been here when you were getting patched up by Dr. Warwick, and you know the layouts reasonably well. Through here, there will be another room inside which is the autopsy suite, where bodies are taken apart and investigated, and you can see a little prick of light coming in from underneath the door. Walking forward, you move to open it, and just then, a scream echoes out. The two of you, coming down the stairs just behind it, find the door has been kicked open and two people who definitely don't appear to be either faculty or students are inside the morgue. Right behind them, you can see the door has been opened and all of you get a sense of the scene within. There is a cadaver which has been laid out on one table, but it's perfectly still, and the subject of your interest is hunched in the back corner, covered in blood, splattered with it, and currently clutching the side of his neck, where you can see a scalpel sticking out from it.
Okay, so
Shit.
I might not like the man very much, but I am going to go and make sure he's okay. So, you know, first aid, medicine, all that jazz. It's blood, I'm not stressed. A scalpel in the neck's not great, but at this point, I'm pretty sure this man's done it to himself. So, yeah.
As you step forward to go and try and offer some medical assistance, I'll pass to Mark to sort of introduce your character in the context of having been stabbed. What do we see, I suppose, since you can't really speak just yet?
Well, those of you who know him recognize Dr. Lawrence Warwick. However, it's clear that he's suffering some distress. There's a scalpel sticking out of his neck, for starters. A lot of the blood that was formerly inside him is outside of him. That's also bad. Beyond that, perhaps less important than the scalpel sticking out of his neck, the deep, dark circles beneath his eyes and a sort of wild look in them. That might have something to do with the scalpel in his neck, but he is currently gasping, and as he sees Dr. McLaughlin approach, he's like, McLaughlin, is that you?
Warwick, just hold still and try not to talk. Stop. I've got to just hold on a second. We're going to get you in a better position, okay?
Don't wait, he needs help now. He needs help now. He's bleeding out.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
I have-
Doc. I'm here too. Nicky's here as well. I'm here to save you, just like you saved me
Okay.
all those years ago. Don't worry, Doc. We're gonna get you patched up.
I'd like the physician to do something. That's all right.
Yeah, but I'm here too. It's Nicky.
Thank you, Nicky. Thank you.
You're such a nice guy. That's
I have no
Thank you,
idea
Nikki.
who you are, friend, but you need to shut up. This is not helpful in an emergency situation. If you could go and get me bandages or something to apply pressure, that would be great. You, young lady, look vaguely like you have your head screwed on, right? So if you could go and get me some kind of, if you can find some kind of twine or something similar, a needle, as it were, anything at
just going to
all.
take a
And
sewing
you,
kit
my
out of my
lad,
pocket
who seem to
and
be
hand it over.
losing hot water, if you please.
Hot water. Yep.
I have a sewing kit in my pocket. I'm just going to hand that over.
Incredible.
You have to be
I'm-
prepared.
Yeah, definitely a look of like, who is this person who is not at all fazed by this situation? Great.
That's a normal amount of blood.
So,
For a man
as,
who's been stabbed in the jugular, yeah.
as the two of you begin to work on sewing the wound, removing the scalpel, and treating Dr. Lawrence Warwick, two more of you, Teddy and Nikki, are going hunting for sort of surgical implements. This is a morgue. There's a number of, there's plenty of, bandages and things like that, but it rarely treats the living, so you might not find exactly what you need. Are you going deeper into this facility, or are you staying here and just trying to help?
I think I'll move to go deeper into the facility, then kind of realize that as a detective I really should be helping, but don't really know how. I'll probably go and look for like an equipment sign-out sheet for the bandages that I plan to find.
Okay, that sounds good.
Paperwork makes me feel better.
Okay, perfect. That sounds great.
Are we in the autopsy suite or the cadaver preparation?
You are in the you're in the cadaver preparation room, just a little bit further in. Okay, so can I please get a first aid roll from Dr. McLaughlin? There's going to be no bonus dice on this, particularly because I think Nikki has effectively tried to apply a penalty. And then for the rest of you, do you want to give me a spot hidden roll to see what else you can find?
I'm inclined to tear the shirt off my back to make bandages from that. For the doctor that saved my life, I would not hesitate.
What a hero.
Does
Well,
that
I'm
mean
gonna
I
look
get
for
a
some
bonus
bandages
die?
then.
For
I'll go find some
enthusiasm.
actual ones, some actual bandages.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you've got two options now. For enthusiasm alone, I'm tempted to give a bonus dice. Do you have any first aid or an applicable skill that can try and justify what you're doing? Beyond just loyalty.
Disguise. I got quick tearaway
You've got a Velcro shirt?
to just like rip it off. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What
I wear
kind
very flexible kind
of what
of
kind of
adjustable
syndicate are you part of here?
Okay.
fashionable one.
I like how you found the confidence in your argument as you went through it. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, go ahead and give me a first aid roll with a bonus dice. Teddy, if you can give me a spot hidden roll while this is happening. And lastly, Dr. Warwick, I'm going to ask you to give me an intelligence roll. This is you beginning to go back over what you most recently recall, trying to figure out what happened only moments ago and get a sense of where things are.
Sure thing. That is a 46 on 50, so
Okay.
it's success.
Success, well done.
One short of a fumble on the spot hidden. I think I got to the sheet, then realized that a shirt was being torn off and that I wasn't really needed. It's probably about now I'll start to realize I should probably ask what everyone's doing, but I don't know if I'll be listened to yet.
Okay. And lastly, Dr. McLaughlin.
So that I did, in fact, somehow that all went badly.
Okay.
Not that badly. It was a 61 over 55.
Okay, that is...
Can I jump in? Can I jump in with a first aid? I do have first aid, but I wasn't going to.
You can,
It
you're
seems
not...
like McLaughlin had it under control.
This,
but
if you do,
if they
I'll say
don't-
you're going to need a hard success at this point because you're basically stepping on the doctor's previous work and trying to overrule.
The
If you want to try and
alternative
risk
is,
that,
we just get stuck in there early and I spend some luck.
Oh.
yeah.
Because, as I said, I don't like this man, but I do have a professional integrity to uphold, unlike some people.
Remember the Hippocratic Oath?
There's
First do no harm, including to yourself. Sure, I'll give you, so it is, we are playing with some custom rules, yes?
Yep.
So it would be 6 points of luck, but I am going to need to spend 12 because we're doing this for 2 hours, so we're going to burn through our luck just for you.
Use it or lose it. Okay, so go ahead
I
and...
got applause. Yeah, fail.
Yep, so go ahead and apply that luck reduction, and then with a success, you're able to move forward and begin to carefully pull the scalpel away. With a success, you're able to see that this was not done with like any precision. This isn't like a attempted self-operation or anything.
Right.
This is something else that jammed it in his back of his neck in a way that Dr. Warwick would not easily be able to do.
Oh, so
something has attacked him.
We're going with like not so much jugular as like close to the spine, like problems.
It's definitely a problem.
Just definitely, this is happening. Going, can you move your fingers? Okay, can you feel your toes? All right.
Yes, sadly, I can feel everything,
Right.
including what you're doing now.
Yeah.
Doc, you
I'm
gotta
gonna give
tell
you
us who
something
did this
to
to you.
bite on, and like, you know, I could try and find some laudanum, but I think at this point it's just, sorry, my friend, it's a rag or a piece of wood.
Good luck to
Very
you.
well.
And sorry, what was that, Nick?
You gotta tell us who did this to you. Who was it? Who was
Not-
the face? I'll chase him down. I'll get
Not
him for you,
who.
Doc.
What?
Okay, what did this to you?
I'll explain. Let me just get patched up here for a moment.
And who are the two of you? Are you, identify yourselves.
Yeah, excuse me, you're not students. I don't recognize you as part of faculty, so yeah, as the young man
we're
said.
associates of the good doctor here.
Yeah, old friends, go way back.
I summoned them here.
Oh, well, summoned is not.
Invited then. All right.
It's worth
you.
noting that Dr. Warwick is not a teacher here anymore. Dr. Warwick was fired under rather spurious grounds after found doing an experiment deemed inappropriate for the Miskatonic University.
Inappropriate for the Miskatonic University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
The nature of his current predicament begins to explain itself.
Right. I understand. I'm still going to need to know who you are.
They call me, Nicky Nice Guy O'Callahan, because I'm so agreeable
So you're
and personable, and
a,
I'm here to help, see?
you're a young man dressed in dark clothes with an epithet in the middle of your name.
Yeah, so you can trust me.
Did your voice just break?
No.
Yeah, so with an intelligence of 70, I think I know who this man is. I think we're good, but you know, okay.
They didn't attack you, though. You called them here. What attacked you?
It's my own doing, I suppose. But it proves I was right. It proves I was right, don't you see?
Right about what?
Everything. And so was he. West. He was right.
Well, I think it's probably a good time to bring up now that
Hold
Dr.
on 1 second. I still don't know who you are.
Miss Tabitha Fields.
You're well spoken and you have your head screwed on right, so I don't get the same feeling from you that I do from him, which is helpful. Do I know who West is?
You are also a teacher here. You would know his name. Yeah, he also, not dissimilar to Dr. Warwick, was expelled about 8 or 9 years ago. A young man doing experiments with cadavers in an attempt to, in his own words, reanimate them. Now, he was never successful as documented, but as Dr. Warwick can relate, and going back into your own memory of the events of tonight, you have some sample of this serum. You've put it into this cadaver, torn into 6 different parts, and there's this sort of like flash and grind of gears as your memory kicks into action, and there's a whirlwind of blood and meat as different limbs thrash around you, slam into you bodily, jam the scalpel into the back of your neck, and leave you collapsed on the ground, watching as a torso hauls itself up and then rolls itself out of the room deeper into the morgue. You've stood here. You've stood here frozen still, watching that door until finally the others were able to come and help you.
It was the final stages of the experiment. I had to prove the serum worked, and it did. It did. I was attacked by the subject, the corpse.
Right, okay.
Oh, he's gone crazy.
Is it still at large? Is it present?
Well, it was at large, but it was cut into smaller pieces.
Dave,
Yeah.
I just had a look at my character sheet again. And I have psychoanalysis. Is this man mad?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Can I do anything about that?
Yeah, you could try and sit down with him and try and pry him back towards sanity.
Over the course of several months?
No, he is down the rabbit hole at the moment.
Okay.
He is also in the subject of his paranoia. He is still in the morgue with what he believes to be hunting him still out there. Until you can kind of change that situation, it will be difficult. Granted, what you can do though is if he actually starts acting like out of his mind or really like losing himself, you can try and use psychoanalysis to bring
Great.
him back a little bit.
Well, there is a staff break room across the hall, which we could probably get him into. There should be some couches there, and a warm cup of tea probably won't
Coffee?
go amiss.
Is there coffee?
We
Instant.
Fine.
should
Wait.
just remember, too, that this is potentially then a crime scene. If there is someone or someone's at large, small...
So, it's already a crime scene. He broke in, cut up a corpse, and has lost it.
Wait, has he? You mean lost it, the corpse, or lost it?
Fill it in yourself.
How am I doing? So that was a successful first aid.
That was a success. You can heal 1 point.
we
You
are.
still have a major wound.
Oh yes, I'm still rather.
Yeah, I feel like while I do have quite good medicine, we need a bit more time for that.
And the Miskatonic University will not acknowledge that any of the previously aforementioned things was a crime scene yet, unless forced to, but the potential assault or murder or corpse, we need to figure out the nature of this at any rate.
We've got to stop it. Perhaps I acted hastily, but I can't have this on my conscience. We need to find it.
We gotta find it before it finds us.
And the notes, they might have some clue as how to stop it.
All right, we're working on the basis that any of this is actually true, which if you're dealing with someone with psychosis, you should always acknowledge their reality as the thing that they are in fact experiencing, even if you yourself are pretty sure it's not. So I'm going to entertain this and say, where exactly would these notes be, Doctor? And where did this assailant go?
Well, in several directions, to answer your last question.
Right.
To answer the first, my notes were confiscated when I was dismissed.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. Would I know where they would be, Dave?
Do I have an idea where they are?
Yeah, there is actually an office here in the morgue. Part of your plan tonight, with the aid of your friends, was to break in and take them back.
I will let them know where they are. Whose office specifically is?
This is going to be the current Dean of Medicine.
Yes, that fool, the Dean. Dean.
Yeah.
That's his last name, you see. Some say he was destined to become the Dean.
Yes, Dean. I know him well.
Professor Dean is a fine man with an excellent choice in detectives.
Oh, he was fine as Professor Dean, but once he became Dean,
That's when the problem started. Somebody got a promotion very unexpectedly.
In any case, the notes are in his office. I'll need them if we're...
Well, you called the right man, Doc. I got a real knack for getting into where I shouldn't be. That's why they
Oh,
call me
Mr.
Nicky
Nice
the
Guy
Knack. Callahan.
O'Malley or Callahan
Good man.
Yeah.
has a knack for getting in places he shouldn't.
But
No,
Dr.
one more.
Dr. McLaughlin, Mr. O'Callahan and I made each other's acquaintance when he needed medical assistance, but I assure you we can rely upon his discretion.
I'm a professional, see?
Well, if we need the notes, then I'll accompany you to get them to make sure nothing untoward happens. Again, can we move the patient doctor into set up a staging area somewhere?
Do you feel well enough to move to the break room?
I think I can walk if someone could help me support my weight.
Sure, fine.
Yes.
You got kicked out. Does that mean you can't practice here anymore? Does that mean I was brought here under false pretenses?
Perhaps I was not entirely truthful, Miss Fields, but I can tell you that the project I mentioned, well, we're that much closer to success, aren't we?
Oh, that much closer. That fills me with so much confidence. Up you get. Come on.
Don't you see, I can help you now. I can help you.
Well, not now. You can't.
Not at this exact moment, no. But given time to gather my thoughts and perhaps have some orange juice and a cookie, then yes.
I'm going to get you that orange juice and a cookie, Doc.
Thank
You're
you.
going with
Thank
the
you,
detective
Nikki.
to get the notes.
Yeah, and I'll get some orange juice and a cookie on the way. I
Okay.
can
Yeah, just through
multitask,
here
can't
to the break room, yes.
Can you?
Yes.
So, some of you have a bit of a sense of the layout of the morgue because you've already been here before, but you are currently in the cadaver preparation state. Previously, what you just went through is the autopsy suite, and attached to that is cold storage, where they actually keep the bodies when they need to be kept out of the way. Through this way, there's going to be a hallway, and then there's a number of staff, sort of like break rooms, showers and toilets and things like that, as well as the office, which you know should be locked. As you head out and open the door, you sort of split into two different directions. Which of you are heading towards the break room?
I am
And
carrying.
the doctor. Okay, the doctors and
the doctor
Miss
is
Field.
getting manhandled in a direction, or I guess woman-handled in a direction, very effectively. So yeah, I don't think poor Dr. Lawrence has much say.
Okay. So you're able to sort of walk ahead a bit as the other two get carried, and then your companions head across, going towards the office. What I'd like to know is who is giving any weight to Dr. Warwick's claims that there is something out here. Is anyone keeping an eye out, or is it just flick the door lights on, get him laid down, and we'll work on things from there?
I'm all in.
There's somebody in here. I mean,
Yeah.
The scalpel was in the back of his neck. He didn't do that to himself. There's somebody in here. I assume it's a disgruntled somebody.
I don't
not a
quite
torso.
believe that it is a dissected cadaver, but I do believe that he has been assailed by someone or something, and that is enough to cause concern. But my primary concern, Hippocratic oath, is the well-being of my patient. So I am mostly focused on Dr. Warwick at the moment.
Okay.
I'm keeping half an eye out, but not for a torso, obviously.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
he brought me back
Torso
from the
attached
brink
to
of death.
legs and arms and a head, not just on its own.
Not just a torso.
He brought me back from the brink of death. If anyone could animate a corpse after it had been cut into little pieces, it's a doc. It's a doc. See?
You're a simple man, Nikki.
Okay. So I'll get each of you that are keeping a bit of an eye out to make either a spot hidden or a listen roll. I'll leave it to you to justify which one you'd like to do.
Can I make like a passive listen? Like I'm keeping an ear out because
I think you're more focusing on keeping him
sure.
breathing right and everything. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I will spot all that is hidden.
Okay, go right ahead.
Probably won't.
I will spot nothing. Well, no, it is 12 points, 24 points. That's half my luck. Ooh, I will spot nothing.
Okay, we'll see how everyone else does.
I'll listen. Who knows what kooky stuff the doctor could have gotten up to, but I'm not watching because I don't want to see any illegal activity. So.
Also nothing.
Also, if there was a serum discovered, it's the property of the Miskatonic University and copyright. Extreme success.
Well done. Miss Field, were you rolling?
Oh, I did. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, all right, also found. Okay, so as you head away in two different directions, the group going towards the break room hears and notices nothing. Get towards the door, and although there's a door missing on our map, you're able to open it into the break room where you'll find some couches scattered around, a small table with some chairs, and then doorways that lead both into the showers and toilet on one side and a small kitchen on the other where you might be able to find some coffee, biscuits, things like that. There's no immediate signs of anything particularly strange inside here, but it does look as though a party or something's happened, as though like a couple of students got in here and like sort of twisted things around, sort of left the place a little bit disheveled. The door to the kitchen is slightly ajar.
students.
I'm just going to plop the doctor onto a couch. Gently. With respect to the neck, but it's a deposit.
The notes are vital. McLaughlin, don't you see? West, that brilliant mind. Unconventional, yes, but he knew.
Warwick, you know as well as I that West was removed from the university.
Yes, by short-sighted fools. We've got to get the notes, and they must be found. All the pieces of the corpse.
As the two of you are having this conversation, him mentioning the corpse and Dr. McLaughlin kind of tending to him, making sure that he's not too unwell. Tabitha,
Yes.
you can go through towards the kitchenette to get a
Yes,
coffee or something.
coffee.
Okay. You walk forward towards it, push the door completely open, flick the light switch, and are walking towards a small cupboard when you noticed something rather strange. Bouncing on the balls of its feet, like a runner, ready to go, are two separate legs
Bomber.
attached to absolutely nothing. They stop, spot you,
With what?
and run.
They spot me with what, David?
Unclear. Off they go. Can you please give
They
me a
spot
sanity
you
roll?
with plot eyes.
They're little toesies. Oh boy, that's a 22. So we're good, yes.
That's a
22 and
success.
40.
Okay, as
is
they
fine.
suddenly bound forward towards you and attempt to juke their way around you and out the door, you have an opportunity to try and stop them. You could try and, like, fighting brawl to grapple them back down. You could try and dexterity to keep yourself in the way. What is your strategy here?
Sweep the leg.
Can I shoot them?
Can you shoot them? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to straight to the extremes. Go ahead and give me a handgun roll.
Cheers. No, I'm maybe a little bit rattled by the two separate legs. That's 85 over 60.
Okay.
It's a bad time to have just extreme success to listen roll.
You let out a little flurry of shots as the two legs bound around you, one sort of bouncing off the doorframe and into the staff break room. Dr. Warren, you can see the subject of your work sort of moving past you as McLaughlin tries to lecture you on standing still.
Damn, McLaughlin, look!
You wheel around and two legs jump over one table, kick through the air, and fly towards the doorway, left open, making a fast escape. Can you please also give me a sanity roll?
Did you make a sanity roll?
Apparently it's fine.
Does Alex
fine.
need to make a sanity roll?
I did, it's fine.
And she
right.
did. She succeeded.
Very good, very good.
Miss Field is very capable.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Miss Field is very capable.
I saw these earlier this evening.
I suddenly have concerns. Many.
Two.
Yeah, specifically two. Yeah, I'm good. I got a 19.
Okay.
Fine.
Under
Another success.
60, so I don't know if that's an extreme, but it's definitely close.
That is another success. You two, seeing these come bounding towards you, are able to snap into action rather than sort of, dance back as madness takes you. What's your response?
What the hell? What the hell is...
You do hear bang, bang, bang as
Yeah,
gunshots
well,
go off from the
just little-
kitchenette and these things
just
launch towards
I am
you.
going to let them leave the door, through the door, slam the door, turn to Warwick and go, what the Christ was that?
I think I was fairly clear.
We'll leave the two of you there then for a moment as heading towards the office only moments ago, Teddy Willard and Nikki Knives have crept towards the locked door. Nikki, you've gone to get your little lockpick set out and everything, and you will immediately find it locked, so you're going to need to find a way through here. But your keen hearing has picked up one thing at first, and then it'll clearly hear something else in a moment.
Is it gunfire?
Inside the office, muffled by the heavy door, is the sound of someone talking in a hushed whisper. They're very earnest. It's important they make their point.
Someone's in there.
Someone's in there.
I know you've said hush whisper, but I get the real sense that it is something speaking without lungs to push air over its vocal
Well,
cords.
the legs soar without eyes, so let's see.
I'm not saying it can't talk, I'm just saying that real raspy, I'm trying to make noise when I don't have air to make the thing vibrate, yeah.
Nikki and Teddy, what would you like to do?
Is it one of those glass-fronted office doors with a thing so we can both poke our heads and try and peer through the frosted glass inside?
Just two heads sliding up into frame. Yeah, there is, but it's frosted, I think, and dark inside, so you can't make out anything on the
It's all
interior.
good. That's all right. We got the drop on them. This is what we do in my line of work. We get outside and then we get in before they know what's happening. I'm pretty good at this. That's why they call me Nicky Knock Knock Callahan.
All right, Mr. Knock Knock, we'll do it your way.
All right. So you just got to position the lockpicks in such a way that, like, once they're just perfectly positioned, then it's like a big slam, and then the door flies open, and then we jump them.
Have you done that roll?
It's all
Oh, I should
confidence.
probably go.
Go ahead and make a locksmith roll.
Because it sounds like there's a solid chance that if you fumble this, that lockpick is going directly through your hand.
I'm going to get a run up and charge towards the door either way.
Okay, all right.
I'm also curious that, like, I'm not here, so you continue doing what you're doing, but there's someone talking inside, so they got in somehow, meaning this door may in fact be unlocked.
007.
Yeah, you're able to position the locksmith so that when, if you want to let Teddy go through first, his foot will open it. Or if you'd like the glory, you can make your way
Oh
through.
yeah, I'm going in first.
Okay, all right. You back up, get a run forward, but Nicky slides forward, opens the door, and stumbles out into the office. There are no lights on inside, but the light cast from the now open doorway catches a very grand wooden desk off towards the side with sort of like a leather spread out across it and a large high-topped chair towards the back. There is a telephone there, a personal one for this for the Dean's use, and the receiver has been knocked down onto the table so that a head and nothing more lying on the side of the desk with its lips right up against it can whisper urgently of, "Help! There's someone in the morgue! They're trying to kill me! Help!"
I managed to blurt out, "Oh, Massachusetts licensed info. Oh my God."
Can you please make a sanity roll? And Nikki, can you do the same?
I think I might.
47 for me over a sanity of 50.
Okay, that is a success.
87 over 60.
That is a failure. All right, fantastic. Now, this one is a little bit more serious looking than the legs. There's going to be 1 point regardless on the success. And for a failure, can you go ahead and lose a D6, please, Nikki?
2.
Okay, not so bad.
Boo.
How do the two of you respond?
Oh, that's not good. I'd probably just freak out and run over and give it a football kick. It's the right shape. It's not good. I don't want it talking
Executing
to the
a
phone.
citizen's arrest. Good job. I'll get the phone.
Where's that? More the phone. I don't want it calling for help and have a whole field of these roll in. I don't know if it's got friends. Might have backup.
So as you walk towards it, it's going, "Help! Help! You have to get here quick! They got to go!" You get it by the hair and pick it up away from the receiver, drop it, and kick it out of the room.
yeah.
Go ahead and give me a fighting brawl roll. Just do some damage to this thing. And as you pick up the phone, you hear on the other side, "We really have no time for crank calls."
Yes, I'm sorry. My name is Detective Willard. I just caught the perpetrator of this crank call. I'm a private detective in the employ of the university. I am so sorry to have wasted your time. I will see to it that this doesn't happen again.
You sound harried, Detective.
Well, I've just discovered that prank calls have been made to very important officials, such as yourself.
Yes, well, best see that it doesn't happen again. Can you give me a social roll? Are you going for persuade here, charm?
I'm going to go for fast talk, which I actually have 50 points in.
Okay, yeah, I think that plays. Yeah, go ahead and give me a fast talk roll, please.
32.
Okay. Yeah, you know how these wheels go. You know that this thing hasn't gotten through to the higher things yet. Nothing's been dispatched. He was just in the first level. You're able to politely tell them that you will handle it and click it down as the head goes flying over into the hallway. How'd you go?
I did fail my roll, so I think it takes me a few goes.
It's going to bite your foot.
Yeah. Just popping around in the background while the detective's on the phone.
Sort of rolls down through the background, and as you're going out to catch it, following it through as you're just wrapping up the phone call, you see two pairs of legs go racing around the corner and make for the cadaver preparation area. Can you please give me another sanity roll?
Alrighty. Still good, 25.
Okay.
Under 60, I'm fine.
That is a success. And you will also note that as it starts running, you took down Dr. Warwick's improvised barricade. That was broken when you got your way through. It's currently making a flat sprint for freedom.
Ooh. I could shoot it.
You could try and shoot it. Yeah, do you want to shoot it?
Yeah, it's a small target, but that's okay.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and give me a firearms handgun roll?
Absolutely. I am pretty good at firearms. That's why they call me Nicky Needle Eye O'Callahan. Yeah, 25, hard success.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage for me, please.
Ew, good question. D10.
Pew pew.
5, very nice.
Okay, nicely done.
A major wound, I hope.
you-
like a really
I mean,
toe
given that's
stubborn
like-
kind of thing.
That's like often, it's not. Yeah, that would be a major wound on me, a full human.
Yeah,
On a
that's what I'm
pair of
saying.
legs, you'd really hope that that did some damage.
I stub its toes on a bullet.
Straight in the Achilles heel.
Oh, Jim.
You take out one of them with the shot, it slides through the calf, and the thing falls to the ground, immobilized, but the other one is still moving, bouncing slightly lopsidedly now as it's been thrown off its pace. As it hurls itself against the door, slams it open, and moves
hold
into the
on.
next room.
How is one leg off its pace? They're not connected to anything.
Ask Dr. Warwick or find the notes.
Right. Got it.
Is there a gas leak? Are we hallucinating? Was there something
No,
in the
no,
water?
I don't know. So.
Oh, you hear another gunshot from outside, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's just a 22. They're just little...
Warwick,
I got a 38.
McLaughlin,
what did you do?
I told you. I performed an experiment. West, he was right. His serum, it works. It can reanimate dead tissue
What I'm
in ways that defy the laws of physics.
clearly
Well, that's all of them.
just. I have an academic question. Why did you chop it up beforehand?
Well, I didn't want to have to deal with a reanimated corpse. I thought that perhaps if it was in smaller sections, it would be immobile. I was incorrect in my assumption.
Indubitably.
Yes. Yes, this
So just to make sure we're on the same page here. This thing, whatever it is getting destroyed.
Yes, it should be. Yes, of course it must. The notes are of paramount importance, though. We need to recover the notes. And then, yes, we should destroy the specimens, but some study of their tissues might be necessary, just so we know what's going on.
It is of primary importance that nothing of this leaves the university.
Yes,
And as you say
I concur.
that-
I concur.
One of the legs goes hurtling towards the exit.
Got some little piggies going to market.
Miss Field, what are you doing during this?
Making some very, very quick decisions, considering the implications. I lost 3 fingers in the war, and I'd like them back. Thank you very much. Right, I'm on board by keeping the samples, tissue samples, whatever you need, Doctor.
Yes, just stop them from escaping.
I'm going to go try and rugby tackle a leg.
Okay. So you make a break for the leg, and if you can give me a dexterity roll, see if you can close the distance. Nikki, what are you doing? As you took a couple shots and you got one of them, the other one's still hurtling away.
Well, if the good agent's going to take it down, I'll hold fire.
Okay.
59 under 60.
Okay, nicely done. Close, but you got it. You go chasing after it, launch yourself into the preparation room, and grab the leg, slam it into the table, and tumble onto the other side. As you're holding it, it's sort of trying to kick up against the side of your jaw, thrashing against you repeatedly.
Oh, I better go back for the head. I think
You-
I lost track of the head.
The drop kicking it
If
out.
my phone call's finished, I was second reservist on the softball team. I would like to grab a waste paper bin and try and see if I can catch this thing. Maybe like a spider, get a book under it.
Yeah, as you go to you're sort of wrapping up your call, you're trying to hurry it along, and you go to move it. You'll have a look for a waste paper bin. Can you give me a spot hidden roll to see if you can find one?
Absolutely. Spot hidden roll coming in at 36 over 50, so I've succeeded.
Okay.
wow.
The waste paper bin's easily found, but as you go to reach for it, you see a long string of blood dropping down from the ceiling and falling into it.
Don't look up, don't look up, don't look
I'll
up, don't
really
look up.
slowly.
Don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. Don't look up, don't look up.
Don't look up, Jim.
There is a vent in the highest point, and pushing out of it is a congealed mass of organs, intestines, liver, kidney, all sorts of offal that squeezes out and with your success is still moving towards you when you spot it. If you move quickly, you can get out of the way.
I would like to move real quickly.
And first, I'll need you to make a sanity roll, and then you can move quickly.
Okay.
Shouldn't have looked up.
I shouldn't have. If only I'd listened, because I have failed my sanity roll.
Okay, can you go ahead and take a D8?
I mean, think about it. Actually, don't think about it.
That's how you lose sanity, is thinking about it.
Who among us?
3.
Hey,
Okay.
thank Christ.
Still a palpable hit. As this thing tries to push its way out, you have succeeded. You failed the roll, so you are not going to have a chance to react yet. As it moves all the way out, suddenly one of these long organs drips down to the ground, slams wetly to the floor, and wraps around your leg, then tries to wrench you skyward back towards the vents. It is going to try and grab you. Would you like to resist this?
I think I will.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
If you don't mind.
All right, can you go ahead and give me a dodge roll?
Dodge roll. Okay. Just taking my dodge skill. One moment. Thank you.
That's my least favorite adverb in Call of Cthulhu, wetly. You use that a lot, Dave. A lot of things happen wetly in our games.
I mean, is it worse than moist?
In this context,
Same level.
yeah.
Same level.
I've very failed. Not a fumble, but another just not great.
Okay.
I wasn't on the dodgeball team.
Would you like to luck this roll?
I don't know if I can.
Okay.
This is going to hit me.
Let's let the dice land. This thing drops to the ground, wraps around your leg, and suddenly wrenches you up to the sky. As it does, you hit the wall, are dragged up it, and before you can scream out for help, a rope of kidneys are jammed down into your mouth, and you can't bite on them. You are muffled and being strangled. From the ground, you see the eyes on the head roll up to you, and you can hear a mocking laughter.
You gonna help him out at all there, buddy?
I'm still out in the hallway, I think. But,
You are.
I should probably go back in, and then, it's been wrenched up to the ceiling?
So you're heading back towards the hallway. We're just going to set the scene. Tabitha, you are in the preparation room, holding one of the legs, kicking you in the jaw. Our two doctors are currently somewhat sort of in discussion. In the break room. What would you like to be doing?
Basically, I grab McLaughlin by the lapels and just say, McLaughlin, Alistair, listen to me. The notes, they have all the answers and maybe a way out of this.
All right. Fine. Great. Cool. Fantastic.
I had preliminary success. I attempted to reanimate dead mice. It was successful at first, but then eventually the muscles, they burst. Perhaps that will happen with this larger specimen, but it's impossible to say. I hadn't experimented on human tissue until tonight.
All right. Everything you say is getting more and more concerning. So, right. Can you walk?
You can.
I can, yes.
Great. Come with me. I'm gonna help you, and I'll take you with me to the, because I don't really know what I'm looking for. I don't know what the notes say, what they're in reference to. So having the person who has read them and clearly gone a bit squiffy, along with me to sort of help locate them.
Okay.
We will head in the direction of the office, keeping a weather eye for more, eyes. And such. I would also like, if possible, I know we're in the break room, but if there is any medical equipment that is in sort of easy gettable distance.
This is probably about the one room in here that
Hang
there
on, do I
isn't.
still have my doctor's bag with me? Because
Yeah.
I have, great.
You heard a yell when you would have grabbed your stuff, yeah?
Cool. Hang on. It had a list of stuff in it, and I feel like that's going to be important because there is a difference between a scalpel and a bone saw, and I'd like to know what I have on me.
I bet. So as you grab up your bag and helping Dr. Warwick, you move out into the room and go to join the others. Miss Field, you've got the leg. Are you bringing it towards them as well, or are you just holding it here for the moment?
Well, I'm just getting kicked in the face by it repeatedly. I think what I'll probably do is yell out to our good doctor, do we need the whole thing or just a piece of it?
All of it. Don't
Well,
let any of it
really?
away.
Fine.
Like, I think the question is, do we need all of it to be functional, or can we, you know, set some of it on fire?
Can I carve part of it off and put the rest in the furnace because this thing won't stop kicking me?
Yes, perhaps try breaking the limb?
Just gonna rip it off me and like.
They seem to be allergic to gunshots. If that helps.
I do want to just, I've had a look at my possessions, and I do want to note that in my beautiful list of medical supplies in my doctor's bag, there is a tongue depressor. And
know, it's got a tongue.
don't know what that is, but
That'll be
I
fine
can
when we find a
guess.
tongue.
Yeah. But I do have a bunch of medications, so if possible, Dave, I would like to get ready a vial of chloroform.
Okay. You can start getting that out, the
to
rag
have
and
that,
everything.
like, to hand, so that if I need to, you know, dump a bottle of chloroform into a bunch of like bandages to knock out probably not Warwick,
Yeah. Well,
but
I'm
I'm
hearing.
not ruling it out.
Makes sense. I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm not hearing hustle. So you
it's
are
you.
the only one who is going to come around the corner to see Teddy, who has been
that's
wrapped around with organs, dragged up towards the ceiling, and is currently trying to be squeezed into the broken vent.
I mean-
Can you give me a sanity roll?
I wouldn't look up. That's the thing.
Unfortunately, his body being dragged up the side of it in a blood-smeared
It's less
spray
looking up
is...
and more looking directly ahead and then going, well, if I follow the feet.
You say one more sanity roll?
yes,
One more
please.
sanity roll. 73 over 58. It's not looking good.
Okay, that sounds like a D8 to me, although you can reduce it by 1 because you've already seen some of these things. Actually, you've seen 2 of them. You can reduce it by 2.
Well, I've seen the head and 2 legs. I've seen 3
No,
things,
unfortunately, those ones
Dave.
share. Nice try there.
I think the legs come as like a
it's a set?
combined pair.
And you've
shot
seen
one.
all 10 toes?
It's true.
Wait, do the arms count as a pair, or are they individual?
Oh, they're a pair.
Find out.
You say I can reduce it by 2?
Yeah.
Oh, 4.
Okay, all right. Oof. Okay,
Not
it's a
bad.
big hit, though, and as you come around, you are, for a moment at least, reduced to stuttering, so you are going to take a bit more damage. You are pretty much held completely prone and are unable to act. I'm gonna,
Prone on a wall?
look, you can't move very much is more what I mean. Restrained, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You are going to take, that is 5 points of damage.
Ow.
As it basically tries to break your neck and squeeze you into a small vent. Then you are pulled up, and at this point, the next people to come in the room, who are probably going to be Tabitha, all you're seeing are your legs sticking out the bottom of it. You can now try and break free, though.
Okay. I imagine that I did take this thing off me that was repeatedly kicking me in the head and bang it on the floor a few times and then throw it into the room. So just kind of hurling it against hard surfaces as many times as I can, and in the process, hopefully making it towards Teddy dear.
Okay. Yeah, you can have you pretty much got it held now, so you can sort of break it against a few things, apply some damage, and effectively compromise it. As you're doing this and heading towards the others, what you will notice is the one that was shot by Nikki, it was definitely laying completely still, is now just a little bit like twitching slightly, and you hear a bullet being squeezed out from inside it as it sort of like pops on the top and
anyone do
clinks down to the ground.
Take it with me and bash it against a few more things.
Okay, so you're standing there sort of just kicking these 2 legs to pieces for a while, trying to stop them from coming back again.
Worst game of footsies.
I'm gonna just based on the fact that I know the layout. We're in the hallway moving towards the office. Yes.
Yeah. So you're
Am
going to go
I-
past all the leg kicking.
Yeah. There's a furnace room.
Yes.
There is. Where they
So-
dispose of the bodies.
Yeah. So, and that is currently at least listed on this map as not locked.
Yeah.
So I think as we walk past, I will say, Miss Fields, was it?
Yep.
Furnace.
Oh, yes, perfect.
You sort of hold everything up. And Jim, do you want to give me a fighting brawl or something to try and get out of this thing?
Let me just say one thing. I've got a heavy leather jacket which gives me 1 armor, not
Oh,
great
yeah.
against strangulation, but I do have a switchblade to get myself out, and
Oh,
because
yes.
I can kind of armor myself a little bit. Can I just start trying to hack this thing off me?
Yeah,
Is
hell yeah.
a knife going to help?
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and give me the fighting brawl roll, and you can apply some damage from this. And I will contest it with a brawl test thing of my own to see if you can break it.
All right, let's go for it. That is a 27, which is a hard success for me on the brawl.
Pretty good. Nicely done.
Yay.
and that is going to break its failure. So snapping out the knife, you're able to get it up under the organs and slice as it goes through a number of them, and you drop down to the ground. You see it sort of and slither back up into the vent the way it came, coating it with red.
How much ichor and gross stuff comes out of the organs when you slice them?
You
and
are-
falls down.
I mean, if
on
it's
top
a
of you?
cadaver, it will have emptied itself. That is something that, you know, so like it's probably relatively clean at this point.
Absolutely not. Whatever
Cool.
was injected into this thing has filled it with black filth that now coats the front of your jacket, dropping down to the ground and sort of like congealing into wet lumps. So,
6 damage.
nicely done. We'll take that.
Yay.
It heads up and tries to retreat.
I'm a victim of assault. I whip out my gun and jam it towards the vents. Kind of not sure what I'm going to do next, but
I want to try something. I want to pick up the head. And like, grab eyes and go, all right, that's enough of that. You tell us where your arms are and where the rest of you are, or you're going to find out why they call me Nicky Noogie 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 O'Callahan.
Yeah, give me an intimidate roll.
Fantastic. No.
Does it fail?
Yeah.
Do you want to push it?
I would love to.
Push, roll, push.
I think it.
roll, push.
take it to the staff room and give it a swirly.
Yeah, I like that.
Put it in the furnace.
So we got to get information from it. It's the head. It knows things.
So you pushing this roll is you're just trying to poke it and prod it and irritate it,
Yeah.
and your fingers are going to get kind of close to its teeth.
Good. Exactly the same roll. 67.
As you're trying to bully it,
Please, is this
Chomp, chomp, Jackson.
is this normal teeth or like eldritch teeth? Because I feel like normal teeth is like a damage maybe,
I
but
think-
eldritch teeth is like, woo, who knows?
they look pretty normal at least. As you're sort of trying to mess with it, it goes, oh no! And then you stick your finger towards it, and suddenly its eyes go blank. You just see absent malice, and its teeth go click. And your finger is in between it, and they meet in the middle. You pull your finger back, and it's just a bloody stump. And it goes, whoop, and your finger drops out the bottom of its mouth. Can you take a D4 of damage, please?
That's
A
all
D?
right.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of spares. 3. Could be worse. Could
Okay.
be worse. Could be worse.
Could be one worse.
It drops to the ground with this and tries to just sort of roll itself away from you, heading towards just one of the back walls. The rest of you with the legs are able to get towards the furnace room. You push it open,
And then lock them in.
and you can see there's this huge brick kiln on the far side with a heavy sort of metal door in front of it. It is not currently on and does need to be sort of warmed up. Getting this thing going would be like an operate heavy machinery, a mechanical repair, a roll of something like that.
Look at that, operate heavy machinery.
You're all set?
I'm all set. However, at this point, I'm just going to lock them in because the doctor did say that we need to keep these, right? So I'm not
We-
going
we
to
need
operate heavy machinery
samples.
just yet. I'm just going to lock them in. I assume the furnace also has a lock.
Okay. No, this door does not have a lock, unfortunately. Only the office and the entrance points. It's basically assumed that once you're in, the office is where the dean gives equipment, and the maintenance room towards the side has like the
It's a
global.
furnace. The door would secure.
You'd think that's like
Oh,
the
like,
most
as
dangerous
in, you're not
room.
saying you're locking them in the furnace room. You're saying you're yeeting them into the furnace and closing the
no,
door.
No, I'm not putting them in the furnace yet. I'm just putting them in an enclosed room where they can't then hop towards
It
the door
definitely
and go out
should
into
have
the
a
world
lock.
and traumatize some university students.
On the list of Miskatonic University's sins, this is down
Alleged.
the bottom.
Cool.
You can kind of bar it from the outside. You can find something to improvise, but you can throw the two legs in there, try and bar it closed, and then you do drop down towards the ground, badly injured as you see this thing retreat away. And for a moment at least, there is quiet as the 5 of you gather just outside the office with only the head trying to sort of roll its way into the corner.
Do
You,
I
right.
have an idea where the notes are?
Yeah, they should be. Well, the dean's desk is probably a good place to start. You'll have to have a look around. Library use or something like that would probably do it.
If I'm able to get over there under my own steam, then that is the first thing that I will be doing, is
Okay.
just rifling through the desk and...
If you require not your own steam, I will, whether you're trying to do this surreptitiously and therefore don't want me around, that's fine, but if you don't mind, I will happily assist you over there.
Lovely.
We cleared the room for you, Doc. It's all
Just
safe.
Thank you, Nikki.
Just before you roll, Dr. Warwick, where are you in like the paranoia of it at the moment? Like, is this something like you just ignore the injured people and just fervently looking for the notes,
I think
your
the
information?
notes are the only thing that matters at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
The ichor that you're covered in, the head in the corner, none of that matters. Only thing that matters to me right now is getting those notes.
Okay, you head over to the notes, and at one point your boot just squashes through something finger-shaped on the ground, and then you head towards the desks and try to look for it. Can you go ahead and give me a library use, Ron? You can take a bonus dice with the other doctor's assistants.
Lovely.
What about...
Don't know why I'm helping this man, but I am.
Glad I have a bonus die. No, I'm afraid not. I do not get it.
Okay, within lucking range? Or could we be tempted with a push?
You know what? I will try to push.
Okay, all right.
Now, is this pushing with a bonus die as well?
Yep, you will keep the bonus dice. What this is the two of you setting yourselves in here, and while the others return to go and do anything else, you're kind of locking in a little bit of time here. So you're going to be by yourselves for a brief moment and unable to assist elsewhere. Is that
Very
okay? All right.
Look,
There we are.
yeah.
Bonus die. Come on,
I'm the only
bonus
one
die.
with like workable first aid, and we've got a lot
Yes!
of injured people.
Nicely
Hey.
done. All right.
Just barely.
So this is going to take you a moment, but eventually you will find your notes. They have been sort of taken apart and very poorly organized, so you're sort of reassembling them and trying to get a sense of things. As the other three, I want to know what you're doing.
I'm going to toss my jacket over the head, pick it up like it's some sort of feral raccoon, take it to the furnace room and lock it in.
Okay. Trying to sort of corner the thing. It's not particularly evasive, and honestly, you'd have to stick your finger in its mouth in order
Careful,
for it
it's
to
hungry.
attack you. You can get a blanket around it, scoop it up, and begin to head towards the furnace room. What are the other two of you doing?
Well, we got two more. We got the fingies. We got the fingies to find.
Thing in the vents and then whatever hooks it all together. The
Are
middle
you
bit.
okay?
No, I'm upset. This was awful, but I'm fine. I've still got all my fingers.
It's good.
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon, man.
Too soon.
I saw the lock picking. Okay, that doesn't matter.
I got to sweep the area. Got to find the arms next.
Yeah, should we post a watch at the door, one of us?
By all means.
Okay, I'll stay here and make sure nothing gets out of that room then.
All right.
And then the two of you go and sweep the area and...
So you're not putting the head in the furnace room
The
yet?
head's going in the furnace room.
Okay.
I'm going to start
I'm
sweeping
gonna
for
watch
the
over
for the
furnace
arms.
room.
Okay, so you're going to head off towards and try and find the arms. The only rooms that you haven't really checked are the staff showers, the maintenance room, and there's a cold storage area where cadavers are kept. Where are you aiming for, Nikki?
Well, it looks like by my handy-dandy map that the maintenance room is the only locked one, so I'm going to
Yep.
start there.
Okay, yeah, might as well use those skills that you have. Okay,
Before I lose any more fingers.
you start heading towards that direction. As you go to the furnace room and open it with the head in hand, the first cursory sweep of the area shows no feet inside.
No feet
You've
in-
definitely locked this door. There are no other rooms from here.
Did they climb into the actual furnace?
Climb's a good point. You look up, and just then you see a foot being dragged into a vent by a tendril of
Oh,
organs.
for God's sake. I'll put the head in the furnace.
You open the furnace,
God.
put it inside, and slam it shut. There is no vent inside here, except where the fire comes out of.
I mean,
There's a chimney.
is there a way to lock the furnace?
There'd be like one of those
because
little-
Definitely from the outside. It won't be able to get out, but if something gets in, it could open it.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Maybe
It still
start it
has
up.
hands on the loose.
Start the furnace now.
That thing is dangerous. What if we started the furnace with the door
I'm
open and
gonna
try
get
and
furnace going.
smoke the thing out from the vents or something?
I'm
No,
gonna
just
start getting the furnace going.
start the furnace with the head in. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure if we take the head out, the rest of it will. I mean,
No arguments. Let's burn
yeah.
the head.
Well, I'm going to start the furnace up because that takes a little while.
Okay.
I don't
Just
actually
keep that
know
going.
how this thing works, but I'm pretty sure if you take away the brain, look, some of it's got to stop moving eventually.
Okay. So you start working on the furnace. There's a number of sort of like, I don't know what they've got, knobs and switches and things. You start flicking them, and it begins to hum into life. I will get a roll from you towards the end to see how quickly you can do it, but this will take you a moment for the time being. Are you remaining here to keep watch, you said?
My idea was I
Or
was
you're
going to
watching
keep
us
watch
left?
on the furnace, but
I'm
since we have
fine.
somebody here, I'll accompany and we'll search the rest of the area.
He's already left, but you can go after him.
Yeah, I'll split off by myself for a moment in which,
Yeah.
but
No,
just
yeah,
I'll
split,
catch up.
Split up. We cover more ground that way.
Exactly.
More
Yeah.
efficient.
All right, you sort of, a brisk jog heading towards the maintenance room, but
Just
Nikki
don't
will arrive
get rid of
first.
all of it. We need tissue samples.
Did we get the doctor still reading the notes?
Yeah, doctors are just about to be fine. I just want to get you to this room
Oh,
first.
okay, that's fine.
Do you want to go ahead and give me a locksmithing roll?
Yeah.
You get towards the room and...
Yes. I've still got a bonus die, so that's a good news. Locksmiths just having lockpicks gives me a bonus die. Oh, 004. It's the one thing I'm good at in this game. Fantastic.
Okay, with an extreme success, not only do you get the door open, you also, because you have your fun little gloves that you wear for lockpicking, as you twist it, you just feel a little tzt as it moves around and realize something has like electrified the inside of the door. Ooh. It's live. You haven't opened it yet. You've got it unlocked though.
I haven't seen one of those before. Like the entire lock is just electrified. Like, all right, I should be able to kick it open then, right?
Yeah, well, it's unlocked. You just haven't opened it.
But I should be able to kick it open without touching it.
Yeah, for sure. Kick the hell out of it. Didn't you get electrocuted at the end of the last scenario we ran here?
Oh, yeah. We don't talk about that. I mean, we got 45 minutes left. Let's kick this door.
Hell yeah. All right, you rear back and slam into it. The door slides open, and as you take a step in, I need you to make an immediate dexterity roll to avoid sliding into these wires, which are darting all around the interior.
Like kick it like from a distance.
Yeah, and then
like a kick, like a distance, like a long kick.
Hey, look.
with that, the outcome of this roll will determine the length of the kick.
It's all right. I'm pretty dexterous. That's why they call me Nicky Knees Callahan. That's a success. I got Dex 80, 76 under 80. Nice.
Okay, all right.
He's fine.
I'm quick. I'm quick.
An electrical shock begins to slide along the ground, and you feel your leg beginning to go numb. You can kind of commit inwards or outwards. What are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got to be in, right?
Okay, all right. You lean on it, jump over this sort of puddle, and land on the ground inside. You can see that there is a giant sort of electrical box which has been broken open, and two disconnected arms are jumping around and holding on different switches, wrenching out cables, jamming them into traps, and trying to move around the room. You launch into it, over the trap, and on the interior, and I need you to first make a sanity roll.
Yeah, but I've seen like 5 of them at this point.
3 by my tally, I think.
The arms and the legs are separate, Dave. I can count.
Do the organs count?
Oh, yes, 006. I am used to this now.
Okay, yeah.
Excellent.
It's a real more of these. Great.
Well, I mean, I was expecting it. I can count. There go the legs, we go the head, we go the arms left.
Okay.
No surprises here. I'm on
bones
to you,
connected
Dave.
too.
I've figured out the pattern. It's
All
all
right,
the pieces of the body, see?
As you land on the ground and prepare to deal with this situation, we'll leave you there for a moment and go back to our good doctors.
Good is yeah.
One of you is good, one of you is great. You can decide which one is which. You have found the notes. They are a collection of West's beginning and then your extrapolation from them. He really paved the path, but you've run down it. It shows a number of your experiments where you tried to devise a serum that once injected could bring a corpse back to life, beginning with mice. They would reanimate and survive for a time, but eventually the swelling mass would cause them to explode without fail. Your most recent calculations, though, which was what you were working on right before you were fired, you think you were able to calibrate it in, you just needed one more test, and that's what led you to the experiment you've run today. unfortunately or fortunately, you think at least you've solved the issue of the swelling and the explosion, but what you've left them with is a reanimation that means that unless these things are completely destroyed, pulverized into nothing, they will continue to knit themselves back together, reconnecting into a larger monster as they go. They need to be wholly destroyed. The last thing you find here is rolled under a sleeve of paper is a small, bright green vial that could be drawn up into a syringe. As you find this, Dr. Alistair is helping you. So what would you like to do? Is this something you'd like to try and sleight of hand and just hide out of the way?
I think... yes. But no. No. I think McLaughlin needs to understand where I'm coming from. Don't you understand? This is what it was all for. I explain my process, how I managed to overcome the degradation of the tissues from West's procedure. And I'm going to take this vial and hold it before McLaughlin. This could be the answer to everything. The answer to death itself. McLaughlin, we've got to destroy all of it. Forget what I said earlier about tissue samples. If this thing is allowed to continue unchecked, who knows where it could end? It could become some sort of amorphous mass, perhaps adding to its own tissues with those of others. We need to destroy all of the reanimated tissue now.
I mean, yes.
You need to tell the others.
Right, okay. I concur. Oi!
The closest is Miss Field, who's just nearby, beginning to get the
I will
furnace up and
communicate to
running.
Miss Fields that everything needs to be destroyed. We no longer need tissue samples to make this work. Make sure
I don't
everything
think I
is...
can hear you. I think I'm in the furnace room getting the furnace ready. You'd have to come and see me.
What? I can't hear you over the furnace.
I am reticent to leave these notes because clearly there is something here that is of interest that hasn't quite been done perfectly. And I think I'm a better doctor.
So you can't betray the betrayer.
So, I think I'd like to help you with your research.
Yes, you see it now, don't you?
Yes, I do.
They were fools to dismiss West. They were fools to dismiss me.
They were fools, although I think West, at least, was onto something that he couldn't quite control. And I'm reticent to say that you couldn't, Doctor, but it seems to have gotten away from you a little.
No, you're quite right. I think I need someone to keep me honest. I think working together, we could solve this riddle. What's that old phrase? Physician, heal thyself.
I'm gonna let him do it.
Fantastic. Okay, all right. You plunge the syringe into the vial, draw it back, and as you push a tiny droplet of it to fall to the ground, where it lands in the black ipecac dropped from Teddy's clothes, it begins to sizzle and bubble, and you can see tendrils almost rising out of it as it tries to knit itself into something else. But this is your destiny, and you're the only one who's going to control it. Push it into the neck, just beneath where the scalpel stabbed only hours ago, and push. It floods through you like adrenaline. You can hear your heart pumping in your ears. Your muscles bulge instantly. You can hear better than you have in years. Your eyes are clear. If you wore glasses, you don't need those anymore. The back of your neck knits together and you straighten up, feeling amazing. You can strike any damage you've taken from your character sheet, as almost immediately you feel a newfound strength coming over you.
All right, then.
We'll leave you there for just a moment. Miss Field, can you please give me a mechanical repair or operate heavy machinery roll?
Operating the heavy machinery, the heaviest of machinery. Oh, actually, mechanical repair is better for me. It doesn't matter, that's a fumble.
I
no.
cannot be more grateful. You get it going. Flames begin to stoke on the inside, and you pull the grate back to peer within. The head is seated perfectly, staring straight at you. And as gas ignites and the flames begin to dance behind it, you can see an almost shimmer as it looks at you, and then this wide smile takes up its face. As behind you, the legs come back, drop to the ground, now knitted together with the intestines into this large, knotted monster. One leg comes back, and kick! Tabitha goes into the oven.
That's fair.
You slam into the inside, and as we've already established, tough to open from in here. The thing goes to close it. Can you give me a dexterity roll to see if you can act first?
You never get in the kiln.
Ooh, that's real bad. I'm going to use pretty much all of my luck here, I think.
This might be that sort of circumstance.
Yeah. Where am I?
Now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, I'm going to use like 42 points of luck here.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And that turns it into a success?
Yeah.
All right, the thing
Yeah.
kicks you in, you sort of like scrape yourself along the flames, that you can hear the head laughing, and you're just able to get an arm out. You can't stop it, but it's between the closing door, and it crunches into your forearm.
That's okay, nerve
You
damage
will
already.
take... go ahead and take 3 points of damage as it crunches onto the inside, but it can't close it while you're there. Flames begin to lick at your boots, and you only have moments to live.
Fun.
That's you in there. You're coming around the corner, Teddy, leaving this situation and heading to another, which I think is more fun.
Oh, I'm definitely screaming. Definitely screaming. Really
There is screaming, but
loudly.
fortunately, there's probably screaming coming from this direction as well, as Nicky is trying to be electrocuted and the arms are trying to swing wrenches into his shins. Which way do you want to go?
Oh,
Who's screaming louder?
I think that I failed Nikki before. I can't fail again, but also I hear the screaming, and I know just what it's like to have been left alone and not helped. I have a gun. Can I try and whip out one shot to help Nikki and then sprint in the other direction?
Okay, go ahead and do it with a penalty dice. Give me a handgun roll.
This is perfect. I hope I don't shoot you, but I kind of do.
I hope I don't, but...
Okay, so that's luckable on the first one with the penalty die, though.
Come on.
It remains luckable.
Okay.
I will give you 18 points of luck.
Oh.
And
Okay, go ahead and roll your
Very
damage, please.
kind.
I only needed 9 points of luck, so already doubled to 18.
Can you go ahead and roll your damage for that shot,
Yes.
please?
3 points of damage. So not fantastic.
I tell you what, you take it. All right, yeah, you're able to squeeze off a shot which catches one of the two arms. One of them has they have dropped to the ground from a swing on their cables, and one has grabbed a wrench, the other a screwdriver. The wrench one is trying to slam it into Nicky's shins to bring him down low, and the screwdriver one's trying to hop up off a ladder thing and stab it down towards his neck. You catch the one with the screwdriver just before it plunges. It spirals out of the way, not dead, but at least distracted, and then dart back the way you came. You will not see what comes from here. But Nicky will. Nicky, what is your dexterity? We're going to see who gets act first.
Oh, 80. I'm quick.
You are very quick, and the arms are too, but you're quicker. What would you like to do?
Excellent. Shoot him.
Okay, you dance back and away, draw your gun, and bang.
One's down. I can hit the other one.
Okay, they are right up close. I'm going to say this is a penalty dice, given the situation. If you want to use a gun in very close quarters with two arms dancing around and swinging at your shins.
Dave, I've been in this situation before.
Oh.
All right? I mean, it's not my first time.
Is that why they call you Nikki?
No, I got nothing. Nikki, nothing. Or Callahan. Yeah, penalty die for fun. But the penalty. Okay, so 76 over. What did I give myself for my 60? Oh, well, okay, I can do that. 16 points, but we're doubling it to 32. I think I've got to take this thing down, right?
It's pretty close. The arms don't have a lot of meat on them, and he's gotten a shot in. You're within.
Did he take out one arm? One whole arm?
Almost.
Well, I guess I got to make it 1v1 to be fair. So I'll take out the other arm. I'll give you 32 points of luck against my better judgment.
Okay, nicely done.
And we'll see what happens.
Regular
Okay.
arm meets small.
So it was the screwdriver that was the one you want to take out? That's the one that was
about to
wounded.
stab me, I think.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea.
Probably best. Okay. You are able to dance back, take a shot, and take this one out. But the other one sort of like rears back and then bounces across and swings the wrench towards your shins. Would you like to dodge or riposte?
I'm pretty good at... This is why you read your character sheet before you start. I can recommend that to anyone. Oh, I'm quite dodgy. I'm going to dodge.
Okay, go ahead and make a dodge roll.
Oh, yes. No, is that a 10 or a 70? That's a 10. 16. Hard
Okay,
success.
well done. That is a success. You're able to skirt backwards. The thing misses you, and this will continue for at least another round.
That's all right.
Pretty much everyone else is reconvening back
I
around.
do have one question. How is being locked in a furnace for my mental health?
Oh, yeah, good call. Can you make a sanity roll, please? And thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, no, that's bad. No, fail.
Okay, go ahead and take a d6, please.
Thanks.
Ugh.
Okay, how are we tracking towards that in death? And had you seen the
That was my first loss.
had you seen
okay.
the viscera before?
No, I've seen limbs.
Okay, I'm going to take that back. Can you please roll a d10? I'm going to factor in both things together here, and as we are drawing.
That's less.
Okay, all right, well, whatever.
One.
Incredible.
It's this chair.
the
I can't
only
do
number.
anything from here.
Literally the only number less than 2.
It's they
Fine.
gave you.
This is fine. This is fine.
I'm too little.
Yeah, they gave
I should be towering.
they gave Dave a baby seat, and now he's lost all his teeth.
Someone's getting in the kiln. All right.
I'm getting in the car.
You are able to, that keeps your reaction in case you're able to get that forward. You can slam it shut, and you are screaming for help. You're heading back towards them. I want to get a sense of what the two doctors are doing. You've seen this go in, and you've immediately seen Dr. Warwick begin to grow. He looks amazing. He looks younger. He looks 10 years younger at least.
Fascinating.
Yes, isn't it? I don't mind telling you, Alistair, I don't think I've felt this good in years. Yes, this is marvelous. We should help the others, yes?
Yes.
As this new strength flows through you, can you make a power roll for me?
That is failed by 2. I'll spend 4 points of luck and make
Okay.
that a success.
All right.
Yeah.
You feel this urge. You're a scientist. You should test. You should see just how strong you are. And there's this urge for a moment to just get the doctor. But you can fight it.
I will restrain myself for now. Yes. Plenty of time for testing one's limits, yes. Both physically and morally, yes.
You follow Dr.
I
McLaughlin out from the
would-
office. Oh,
McLaughlin specifically, are you like kind of how focused are you on your newfound strength and your like physique and everything that's going on versus your notes?
Versus the notes? Oh, the notes are still the most important thing. I'm clutching them.
Okay, very good. How like are they a full binder or is it?
It's classic like mad guy notes. Like he's gotten a bunch of different torn out ones, put those together. This journal's in the wrong direction, rip place. It's basically a giant loose leaf journal that's been assembled from different pieces.
Is there any like the syringe that he used? I'm assuming is like discarded. Or have you...
Did I need to use the entire vial on myself?
I think you've used most of it. There's maybe like a drop or two left, but I think you've really pumped it in. Yeah.
Okay, great. So
But you have all the means to create more.
that is true.
What needs you for it?
just if there is like anything left in the vial, I want to try and pocket.
I tell you what, make a luck roll.
Cool. Watch me fail. No. Not a fumble, but not a success.
Okay,
so-
you can reach down and look to it, but as you bring it up, it's empty.
Great.
And this is the exact point where like Warwick is looking over you as you're sort of reaching
Yeah,
down,
yeah.
unthinking.
I'm sort of like, just kind of curiosity. I would like to see the notes if you wouldn't mind me taking a look, just to get a
Yes,
better...
yes, plenty of time for that later. Let's help the others now, for now. Yes, yes.
Lead the way, Doctor.
I've got nothing but time now.
Warwick goes out through the office, and McLaughlin, you could swear he's at least a few inches taller as he almost crouches to go underneath the doorway. Heading towards the furnace room, you can hear the cries of Tabitha.
Jesus.
What would you like to do?
I will make my way swiftly towards there.
Okay. So everyone heading towards the viscera and the reconnected legs. It's going to be everyone but...
Unload on that thing.
You're a little stuck in there. If you can get an opportunity, if you can
I would
kick
like
it
to just-
open, you have a
yes,
chance.
Just kick it open, haul myself out, and
Okay.
unload on that thing to be
So,
the goal here.
Question, I do have
iconic
access to
now.
all the equipment that's listed here, yes? Right? So as you're going, you see that he opens his lab coat and he had a number of instruments hanging from a belt. There was a couple of scalpels, there was a bone saw, and he pulls off of his belt essentially a hatchet that he is now sort of twirling in one hand.
Yep, I'm really glad I prepped that chloroform.
And you all stride into the room. So, can you give me a strength roll, please, Tabitha, to try and kick this open? And then I'm going to want sanity from everyone, except you, who have seen this thing before and been strangled and pulled up by it.
We got intimate.
Yeah, now it's just got legs.
I assume not for me, because I've seen all of it before.
You have seen all of it before, and nothing's changed just yet, at least. You are still okay?
Okay.
I'm good, I'm out.
How'd you go?
Success.
Nice, all right.
Good.
I know
Good,
you're
I'm good.
okay.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
How'd you go, Doctor?
23 under 60, I'm good.
Okay, you are going to take a point for saying this, but in control. Tabitha, you for a moment pull your arm out of it, rear back, and kick forward. You'll take a point of incidental damage just from the flames going around you, but it's the surprise jolt that allows you to kick it open, and stumbling forward from the smoke and everything, you're able to... well, actually, you've got two options. You can try and take this opportunity to lunge forward and get out. It is standing in your way. Or you can do the aforementioned unload.
Oh, yes, I'm going to stop blasting.
Okay, all right. Lying with your
good.
back
Unload
down
this
on the
thing.
grates, fire licking around you, and this mouth yammering in your ear, you unload into this monstrosity before you. Go ahead and take a shot.
Did the head kind of like bounce up behind me towards the furnace door?
The head is kind of slow to move. It's burning at the moment, and you're kind of in
Yeah.
between it. It's not going to
Yeah.
get out any easier than you.
Good.
Go ahead and take your shots. And if you want to, you can roll multiple with a penalty dice, because you have a bonus because it's right up next to you.
Yep.
So you can make 3 straight rolls if you'd like.
I'm going to make 3 straight rolls.
And as this happens, I'll probably get direction from the other 3 of you. What would you like to do?
Well, if I see the others are about to surge in, especially this new, lithe, handsome version of the Doctor, I actually think that there might be enough support here, and I probably go to turn around and do the same thing, run back the other way, and then think, we've got most of the bits, but there's one missing, right? The center of it all, or has the viscera kind of coalesced into
No, there's definitely a torso missing.
And my guess is, since they've been so good at cooperating, almost like they're all part of the same body,
No.
it's probably watching. So I might just pull back and think, it's got to be nearby. And can I recede into the shadows for a second and just see if I can spot it?
Yeah, are you going for stealth to try and creep up on this thing, wherever it is?
There's chaos on 2 sides, so I'm going to go to wherever there isn't chaos. I'm not hiding, I'm investigating.
I will say there's 2 rooms that have not been searched whatsoever. There are basically the showers and the cold storage.
Well, I'm covered in all of this, so I'm kind of tempted to go towards the shower, but I don't really think I have the time. I might actually creep towards the cold storage at this point.
It's also the one that's closest to the exit. Okay? All right, you can remove yourself from the situation and investigate bravely in that direction. All right, so direction from Dr. McLaughlin, our doctors.
Very well. What do I see when I enter the room?
As the door slightly ajar, you see a monstrosity of twisted organs standing curiously on 2 legs. One of them has kicked forward. It's recently stumbled back and is currently being peppered with bullets from Tabitha unloading from within. How did you go on your...
2 of the 3 shots hit, 6 damage total.
Okay, nicely done. A little barrage of bullets go through it, each one hitting the organs and slamming out the other side. As it does, you will note that unfortunately it doesn't seem to be as effective as you'd hoped, because the organs, they're sort of wet mass. It's just able to go in and pop out the other side. It's only doing a little bit of damage.
Well, I think I'm going to exit a question.
Thank you.
All right, yep, so you could head forward and hit it with your hatchet.
Very well. Using my newfound stats. Very well. So that'll be...
Can I, just while this is happening, run over and help pull Tabitha out of the furnace?
You'd have to go straight past this thing. So you can.
I'm out. I got out.
No, you can. She's in the furnace. It's here. Hatchet's going in. You can skirt in around.
I will wait till after the hatcheting.
Okay.
My intent is to help Tabitha get up off the ground and away from the fire.
Okay. All right. It's going to riposte you, so let me know your result first and if you'd like to luck anything.
Very good. I got a 62 on an 80.
Okay, so it is a success. You're happy with your success?
And again, this is my newfound
Understood.
stats. Yes.
Okay, it's going to attempt to riposte you. That is a worse result, so you can go ahead and deal your damage.
Very good. Do you happen to have the axe stats?
Yeah, it'll be a D6 plus your damage bonus, which I believe is a
so
D4.
it'll be D6 and D6. So 11 points total damage.
Okay, this one hits. You carve, actually, it's not killing, but what is your strategy here? Do you still show that surgical precision that you have as a master of your craft?
Taking the legs out at the knee, basically severing, tendons, so that it's unable. Obviously, the laws of physics and biology are not necessarily being obeyed here because we have intestines moving around by themselves. But I think if we take out the knee, the leg should fall.
100%. And look, if they won't obey the laws of physics, they'll obey you and your steel. You cut through the back of the leg. It drops down to one knee. The other one rises up to kick, and you parry the blow. It's still alive, but weaker now. And as the organs sort of try to drop out and around, it's going to attempt to do something. But we'll first check in on Nikki Knives.
I'm still arm wrestling.
He had a while to work on that. All right, you want to try and shoot?
Yes, I bet I had.
How are you doing for bullets? Is yours a 6 shot?
It doesn't say, so I assume it's just infinite.
I think it will say how many. Yeah, nice try. It should say how many.
There it is. Okay. 3.
Okay. Now this is a bit
3
like.
shots, 8 bullets. But that's
Oh, you've got
I
of
need.
8.
That's all I
Okay,
need.
I think you're okay. Yep, you can go ahead and shoot again.
Excellent. Then I will.
Get him.
You're not still giving me that pesky penalty die, are you?
Yeah. You're just shooting it.
Okay, that's fine. It's 2 points off, so 4 points of luck will make a success.
Okay, nicely done. If that will hit it, go ahead and roll your damage.
Fantastic. And a d10 damage is just what I need. 7. That's a 1.
Oh my god.
Is it a 1 or a 7?
That's a 7. You're good. Wait, is it?
We'll call it a 7. That's a 7. That's a 1.
Say it really confidently.
They've got very aggressive serifs on this die. I don't know. Yeah, it's a 1.
Okay, all right, that's good. That is only going to be 1 damage, and that is not going to be enough to finish this off.
Even the one that
unfortunately.
already got hit?
No, yeah, that one's dead. This is the second one. This is the...
Excellent. Well, no, then I'm better than I thought I was. The one's already down.
Okay.
Excellent.
It is going to try and swing on you, so you can dodge or riposte.
Dodge. Yeah.
That's a
58,
success?
Very dodgy, I think. Oh, what's my dodge? 16 points of luck. Oh, no, I don't have 16 left.
I'll start rolling damage, and you let me know if I should stop.
Stop.
No, yep, I got 16 points of luck left, and then I have one spare. That's I have a whole 1 point of luck spare.
That's heaps. All right, fantastic. Yeah, in that case, you are able to very nimbly and very luckily dart out of the way of another blow which comes towards you. You can see the one that was killed beginning to just now sort of like twitch a little bit, and its fingers flex along the ground as it tries to pick itself up and scurry away. But it will still need a moment to do so.
I want those fingers to replace mine.
Are you continuing to stay here, or are you going to try and move away? These things are pretty slow moving.
Yeah, but it's like I got through the electric fence, and I'm the only one in here, so
Yeah.
I'm the only one who can take these
all you.
things down. It's all me.
Okay. All right, do you want to go ahead and give me another shot?
I would love to, but I won't.
Okay. Go ahead and dodge. Or riposte, your choice.
No, this is good. This is a little game we play, a little dance. Yep, I'm going to dodge.
Is that a success?
It's a successful dodge, a
Is
hard
that
success.
Is it a hard success?
It is 1 point off an extreme success, but still a hard success.
Okay.
No, you only have 1 point
I
left.
got 1
so you
point
can't-
left.
yeah.
That hard success gets it for you, as this thing does try to swing for you, but you are able to dodge. All right, we are going to leave you there for just a moment as we go back to the others then. This thing is going to act first before you, but it is badly wounded. Now, two of its like lengths of organs have dropped down to the ground. They're beginning to sort of flail more feebly now, but it's still got just enough juice to try and squeeze the life from one of you.
Great. How does the doctor look? The doctor looks a little different than last time I saw him, yes?
Oh, the doctor looks good.
Worryingly good? Like larger and...
It depends on what you think would be worrying.
How's this for my mental health, Dave?
I think this. I leave that to you, Tabitha. How do you think of it? Is this the miracle you've been looking for? He's not
think we're
wearing his
good.
glasses.
I think we're good.
Okay.
This is reassuring.
Yeah, he seems strong. He seems powerful. You just need to get out of this furnace. It is going to try and lash out towards you. Would you like to dodge or riposte?
Riposte.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll.
Watch us die.
Probably a bad idea, but... I can't riposte with a gun, can I?
You can boop it.
I truly can't.
Boop it with a gun butt.
20, that's a hard success.
Okay, nice. That is, unless it gets a... Really thought I had that there.
Close.
That is going to be successful. You can go ahead and roll your damage.
Yay.
And what are you hitting it with?
My fist.
Okay. So it's going to be a D3 plus your damage bonus, if you have one.
I do. Although it was damage bonus maybe because I changed my build.
Take it anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to take it anyway. I'm going to take it anyway.
You gave up that 7 earlier. You've earned a treat.
6. I'm going to punch it for 6.
Okay, that is going to be
Secret
enough
Service, baby.
to finish it off. Can you, Tabitha, from your vantage within the furnace, flames lickering around you and the head now beginning to burn and fill your nostrils with rotting, crisping flesh, describe how you're able to finish off this horror?
I just cock back my fist. This is the... Is it the...
This
the
is
head
a
or
just
the
mat of
mass?
organs attached to two weakened legs.
Oh, well, that's... Yeah, when my fist will be like it'll be a kick. It'll just be a draw my foot back and just a straight front kick into the middle of the mass and splattering it everywhere on everything and everyone, I expect. I've seen
Gruesome.
worse than this in the war.
I was just like, you could judo it into the furnace.
That could be fun. I think I like the ichor going everywhere, and everybody can enjoy just a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You kick through it and it splatters backwards, coating everything in its path.
Wetly.
Namely, that's the doctor, who now in your new look have just like a spray of black paint all across you. And then Tabitha's able to pull herself out from the furnace. The back of your clothes are almost completely burned. You have scars all across your hands,
This
but
is
you're not
better than
feeling the
what
pain
I
yet.
You look good, Doctor. Does that mean the serum works?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, I think I can almost guarantee it. You'll soon be right as rain.
Wonderful.
But in the meantime, he immediately just starts bending down, scooping up this mass of stuff,
Oh, wait,
throwing
just
it
gonna throw it
into
into
the
the
furnace.
Just letting it spatter against the back. Wherever it lands, it casts up these queer sort of green and blue flames as it takes a light, and you can hear a sort of sighing coming out from it that begins to echo throughout the area. 3 of the pieces, 2, I guess, if for each, like 4 now have been destroyed inside the kiln, unable to regenerate, and slowly just returning to meat and burnt flesh. But there's still a couple other pieces.
Yes, the torso and the arms are unaccounted for. Has anyone seen Nikki?
That's okay, they're trapped in here with me.
Well, I'm going to go looking for that torso.
Nikki, do you want to go ahead and I think get him.
I gotta shoot these things. Yes, 24. Hard
Okay.
success on my
Hey.
shooting.
Nicely done. Roll some numbers.
I will roll larger numbers than previously. Yeah, it's a 9 or a 6. Can we say it's a 9? Can we just say it's a 9? These dice have betrayed me. It's a 6, but it's a good 6. It's a good solid 6.
It sounds like a very good 6, and that 6 is going to be enough to take out the second of the arms. They are both weakened and scattered on the ground.
Alrighty. I'll pick them both up while they're temporarily incapacitated and sidle out of the.
They're armless.
Sidle out between the electric fence and call out. All right, I don't need a hand. Yeah.
You head
Low
around.
hanging fruit. We could do this all day. Is this scenario entirely written just for the purpose of anatomy-based puns?
Does
I
seem
mean,
that
I
way.
have just been sitting on the like, don't lose your head, and being like, come on, there's got to be a moment, but nah.
It's
So-
got no more legs to stand on.
As Nikki, with the 2 hands, sort of like held as if you're walking children, like just held and then down by your side, come round the corner, you miss Teddy sliding into stealthy, investigating, into the cadaver preparation, push the door open to the autopsy suite, and catching the cat that got into the milk. The torso has propped itself up against the door and is trying to sort of like nudge it open. Freeze! Yeah.
Wait, grab it.
You sort of head towards it and try to grab it. Can you give me a fighting brawl roll? I just want to see how well you are at this, how good you are at this.
Okay, rolling through. Would it be? Look, I'll tell you what. It's a fail, but I luck it to oblivion, and we'll roll a success with that. Why not?
Fantastic. I'll roll against its 10% flop skill, fail, and you're able to sort of catch it and then just hold it up. It's not as heavy as it looks, because as you sort of pull it up, you can see the inside is pretty hollow, where all the organs slid their way out and into the ground.
So it's just like a chest cavity and some floppy bits.
Oh no.
Under the arm, and let's
Head back
start
towards
bringing it through.
The 2 of you have like a chance encounter in the hallway where you're coming out with your torso.
Gentlemen, right this way.
And Dr. Warwick opens the door and gestures you forward into the furnace room where inside the smouldering ruins of the other parts are. All of you gather, some of you less sane, some of you more injured, one of you substantially feeling better. You have the 3 remaining pieces. They're sort of fighting you limply. What do you do?
Anyone want to say last rites?
No, just get them into the furnace.
Eat.
Amen.
In it goes. What was that, Nick?
Fry them up. I don't know. Just fry them up. I said fry them up.
Cool.
What? I just want to get them out of here.
The torso is sort of like tossed into the furnace, followed by the 2 arms, and then the thing is slammed shut. Everything has been accounted for. The head,
To 11.
torso, 2 arms, legs attached, organs within. That's everything. There's nothing left. The only remnants of what happened tonight are what the 4 of you know, 5 of you know, the notes, which are currently under Dr. Warwick's arms. As the scent of sort of like that singeing, burning flesh begin to come out, the 5 of you have a sort of a awkward look at one another. No one was supposed to be here tonight. That was definitely against the rules. You sure as hell weren't supposed to be animating bodies. That's definitely against the rules.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Who among us?
Well, he seems genuine.
I think at this point, because we're very close to the end of where we are, I am going to make the implicit explicit and essentially turn to the rest of the part. Like, I'm going to try and intimate to everyone that there is actually one last thing that needs to be burned.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
What?
No.
It's dangerous
No,
that, like, we don't want...
Absolutely not.
The notes, the
No.
research.
I'm going to stand in front of the large doctor. Gun drawn. Absolutely not.
No.
These are dangerous things, and I believe that there is worth here, Doctor. But everything in there, if it goes into anyone's hands but yours...
But look at his hands. They're huge. He can keep them safe.
Look at these meat hooks.
Those are the safest hands out there.
Doctor, perhaps you have some valid points, but surely the good that this could do outweighs any possible ill.
There's going to be a lot of questions arisen from tonight, and if this truly is as groundbreaking as the two of you seem to think it is, and you've got so much time on your hands now, then surely you can do this again. If you're really not mad, then the notes don't mean anything.
Well, I think questions will only be raised if we're the ones that raise them. If we instead swear ourselves to secrecy, what we saw this night, I can sequester myself, go over these notes. I'm sure with time I can avoid any unpleasant side effects.
I want to draw us back a moment. As this standoff unfolds, I want to set some of the stakes. If word gets out about this, it will be horrendous. People will attempt to do this work, they will fail, and they will hurt people in the process. You saw what those limbs were capable of. You almost got dragged into the vents by just one of them. Also, it could do amazing good. You could bring the dead back to life. You could regrow the limbs of the wounded. You could make the unwell well again. You could do all manner of things. But vice versa, this is a detective. They're sure to speak. Whatever deal's made now, you can't guarantee either side will hold it.
So what you're saying is we really have one loose end here in the room.
Two.
You need me if you want to get away with this.
I think we have two.
I can see two. I can count two.
See, I personally, Doctor, see three if you want to make this work as best as possible. And I hold out a hand.
Ooh.
Very well, Doctor. If you can guarantee this fellow's silence, I can think of one way to guarantee it.
Well, if you can guarantee your two's silence, I can think of one way for them as well. I'm going to take a walk. And I'm going to turn around, walk out the furnace, and lock the door behind me.
Oh, there's no way. No way.
All right, so these two have attempted to make a little alliance. What are the rest of you doing? Or, for some of us, Nikki, have we realized that it's happening?
No, I'm lost. I'm totally lost. Genuinely. What just happened?
I think the two doctors have just agreed that it would be better if the three of you were dead and they did doctor stuff together.
I was afraid you'd say that.
It would seem you've outlasted your usefulness. What is everyone doing? And I think as we resolve this, and this is probably going to be the last action any of us take, we're going to do this in dexterity order. Up first, I believe, is Nikki.
Well, here's the thing.
New stance.
Currently, we are tied, I believe.
That is true. Doctor
Yes?
and Nikki, do you want to roll off for it? Let's see who does better.
right.
Each of you go
Lower
dexterity.
number? So just lower number wins?
Yeah, do you want to do just a D10 on each?
Oh,
Yeah,
doesn't
go
make
for it.
things interesting.
Are we going higher or lower before you do it? Set the stakes.
Lower.
Lower better?
Lower better.
Lower is
Okay.
better. Lower is better. Lower is better.
Oh, the lower's better.
3.
Is that a 1 or a 7?
It's a 7 this time.
I like to say that Art lent me these dice. It is a 1.
That is a 1.
I'm quicker.
Okay.
I'm quicker.
Damn.
Fantastic.
The 1 is in your favor. Nikki.
I'm just gonna like burst through and do a somersault through the door just to get out there and say, no, Doc. You're gonna need someone out there in the street. You're gonna need someone to keep this quiet. You're gonna need someone who can, help you out with the experiments and stuff. You're gonna need some body parts. You're gonna need, and I can be quiet. You can trust No Noise Nikki, that's for sure.
Well, Nikki, given that you stand to directly benefit from this, and point to your severed finger, and you, Tabitha, the same.
Correct, yes.
Listen, you don't know what I'm the detective here. I know how you've left evidence everywhere. People getting down here, they'll find what you did. You should...
Not if we're
They won't.
thorough with the cleanup.
I'm going to walk to where the gas pipe lines in the room are and just put my gun up against
Oh.
the valve. There won't be any evidence left when we leave this place.
Well,
Take out my cigarette lighter.
Okay, it doesn't sound like everyone needs to make actions. It sounds like detective. What would you like to try and do here?
I'll shoot that gas main.
Oh. Okay, all right. Go ahead and give me a firearms roll.
All right, here we go.
And you could use whatever luck you've got left.
Where's my revolver skill? Combat roll can't push. I
Use
didn't
all of
really
your luck.
calculate how much I lost for the last one.
I reckon burn it all.
I burned the whole thing. I think I'm close enough.
I reckon that does it for me.
Hey, look, it's plot armor. Yeah, let's do it.
I think that's amazing. All right. Everyone has this standoff. Deals are made. People look back and forth. And the detective draws his gun, cocks back the hammer, and shoots the gas main. Fire licks through the place. It explodes outwards. And come tomorrow, when the Miskatonic University groundskeeping staff come to begin their work, they will find a smouldering ruin where once there was the St. Mary's Hospital morgue. What evidence they find remains to be seen, but that is all for this session of Call of Cthulhu. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.
I imagine they find 4 corpses.
This has been Bits and Pieces. Make sure you keep an eye out for it once it releases. You can see how you do against a bunch of body parts. It's a really excellent scenario. I think it's a ton of fun, very pulpy, so definitely check it out and
The
see
name
how you
also
fare.
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's really excellent. I want to say a huge thank you to the crew who helped out here today and everyone for coming out. And I also want to give a huge thanks to our cast. And as we do it, let's go around the table and give a tiny little wrap-up, something that's found in the ruins, something that you've left behind, just a last little note to remember you by. Why don't we begin with Dr. Alison McLaughlin, played by Art.
Hey. Dr. McLaughlin has a pair of glasses, never wears them, uses them to gesticulate, so as he's blown clear out the door, they fly out of his hand and you just find a pair of glasses smouldering slightly in the rubble. Where he's gone, who knows? That's it.
Fantastic. Amazing. All right, next, Teddy Willard, played by James.
I have my little notebook here. And the only thing that's found left of it is a scrap of paper with "Good Detective."
Fantastic. Dr. Lawrence Warwick, played by Mark Meer.
Well, of course, a rather large burnt corpse is found. No, it doesn't really match any missing persons or at all. They have a hard time to figuring out who it is. And so it's taken to another morgue, obviously, one that isn't burned down. And I'd like to think that later that night, as we move down these rows of drawers, metal drawers that bodies are stored in, you hear a faint tapping from the other side of one particular drawer.
Fantastic. Tabitha Field, played by Alex.
I think what's left of Tabitha are some dental records that take several decades to be matched. And with it comes a file from the other side of the world that gets quietly filed back away again. And nothing else is amiss, and nobody really knows where she went, where she's gone, or cares that she's gone now.
Or if she ever was.
Or if she ever was.
And lastly, Nikki, insert name O'Callaghan, played by Jackson.
Well, it didn't get a look in, but amongst my gear and possessions, I had a harmonica. And then in brackets for signaling or providing distractions. So I think the last sense that Nikki leaves in this world is as the gas erupts and the harmonica goes flying through the air. The only thing that's amiss in the rest of the university is a faint.
Wait, hang on. Is it Nikki no notes?
Nikki no notes. Nikki no more.
Fantastic. All right, lastly, before we wrap, does anyone, I know, Mark, you've got a few more things that you're doing throughout PAX. Does anyone have anything else to promote? Mark, why don't you begin?
Let us see. Okay, so starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing my meet and greet in, appropriately enough, the meet and greet room. I'm not actually sure where that is, but I'm sure someone will take me there. Immediately following that at 12:45, there is a Mass Effect cosplay meetup on the Oars Walk stairs. So I'm going to go there, and I'm sure other people dressed as Mass Effect characters will be there too. You should come too. That'll be great. Let's see. Oh, there is... so you want to be a voice actor. That is a panel which I think is on the main stage tomorrow around 3:30. 3 p.m., thank you very much. And finally, I'm going to be doing a horror panel with that gentleman who just yelled out useful information. What time is that at? That is at 7:30. And then finally, even though it's not, I don't believe it's on my schedule on the website right now, there is going to be a fireside chat with myself and Brian Holland. That's going to be on the main stage at noon on Sunday, immediately followed by another meet and greet session with me. And you can find me at the Chaosium booth when I'm not doing those things.
Woo! Fantastic. Anyone else got any panels or anything?
No, I'm good. No.
We have panelists?
This is us. We have been the Stream of Chaos. If you don't already follow us on Twitch or YouTube, you can check us out on the Chaosium Inc. Twitch channel or YouTube channel. We play every Saturday at 10 a.m. Melbourne time, so whenever that is in your time of the world. So if you want to come and see our mugs, sans obviously Mark, of course, unfortunately, but if you want to see the rest of our mugs, come join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. for more this.
And a big thanks to Dave as well.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Fantastic. We will keep you no longer. Have a great PAX.
Outstanding. We did very well for ourselves.